served the university for more than 40 years. Now, more than ever, I'm enthusiastic about where UB is going.
It's this engagement with the students, seeing both how you are changing their lives and how they are changing yours.
I think about the thousands of women fighting this kind of cancer, and it motivates me every day.
We're thinking and working in new ways. We're coming together to create something really great.
Our plan is called UB 2020. Its goal is nothing less than finally and fully achieving the vast potential of our university.
It's new places to learn, more research, generating new ideas, more people, more jobs. It's real change for UB in Western New York.
If you agree with me, then I need you to join us in asking Albany to make these reforms and make them now.
It is a privilege to present these medals. This nation owes all of you an enormous debt of gratitude.
It's a tremendous honor. I think it's probably the biggest honor that we have in the United States to receive recognition directly from the President in the White House.
2008 National Medal of Technology and Innovation to Dr. Esther Sanz Takeuchi, University at Buffalo, the State University of New York.
The characteristic of the National Medal of Technology is something that impacts people directly. So in my field, implantable medical devices, it's really been impact on health and well-being of people who have various kinds of illnesses. Being able to then build the electrochemical cell so we can analyze how the material will actually behave. Certainly it was the culmination of many, many years of work, and I think not only a tribute to me, but a tribute to the strength of the team that is at Great Batch.
The success and strategy of Great Batch is around innovation. And innovation is done by smart, passionate, energetic people.
So I have worked at Great Batch for over 20 years, and it was a tremendous experience, very exciting time to be involved in medical devices. But I guess the opportunity of UB kind of came to me. I thought that perhaps in an academic setting I might not only be able to make contributions personally, but impact a variety of students who might then go on to make further impact in scientific exploration.
We're enormous supporters of education. We're enormous supporters of the UB 2020 program. But Great Batch doesn't just talk about it, we actually foster it.
We steal an employee from a local company and they gave us a $500,000 gift to support her research over the next 5 years because they knew that Esther's presence in Western New York was important and that her contributions as a faculty member would help not just Great Batch, but would help the region.
I always thought of myself as being someone who had many new ideas. But that's also what keeps me excited about being in the field of science and engineering, is to have that ability to be creative and think of new ways of doing things, better solutions.
There are those who say we can't afford to invest in science, that it's a luxury at a moment defined by necessities. I could not disagree more. Science is more essential for our prosperity, our security, and our health, and our way of life than it has ever been.
Some of the most rewarding opportunities I have are to talk with people whose lives have been changed by their education through the university, the opportunity to do business with the university, new businesses that have been created, the emergence of the life sciences industry.
The university has the resources and relationships to allow us, private company, to be able to grow new jobs and to be able to do this kind of research we couldn't do by ourselves.
I would say the modeling skills, the leadership skills clearly helped us develop our strategy, deliver outstanding growth. We're up 20% today.
What we're hoping to do through a new Office of Economic Engagement is to be able to coordinate and collaborate a bit better, both inside the university as well as outside. We see this office as providing a better front door into the resources of the university. Perhaps it's a place to test a new product. Perhaps it's a faculty consultant. Perhaps it's working with one of our campus groups like the Center for Industrial Effectiveness or our Center for Entrepreneurial Leadership.
Because the world changes so fast and because our economies are going global, UB is the link that can give you the resources of what you need to make sure that even on a local level that you're continuing to learn and strive and grow.
My relationship with UB particularly is important because I need the talent. I need the talent which UB can generate and provide to us.
The new Clinical Translational Research Center that's being built in conjunction with Kaleida is a great, concrete, literally, example of UB 2020 coming to light. We envision that there'll be about 300 new positions in this, in the Clinical Translational Center as it opens and in the ensuing months. The kinds of jobs will be created by our recruitment of top faculty and researchers. It starts to create a pyramid of jobs.
I can't sell tires to people that don't live here. I mean, there is an economic self-interest in all of this, and there is for every business in Western New York.
We in the business development world would say there's no such thing as a silver bullet project. There isn't one thing that will transform a community. UB 2020 comes just about as close to being a silver bullet project as anything could be.
We had a very successful economy here. I grew up here. I worked in banking here for many years. I know what those businesses were, but I also know that they're not here today. We have to replace that with something in order to keep the energy and vitality of our community. Through UB 2020, we have an opportunity to create a nucleus for our economy, and with that, to engage people in those jobs and positions of the future. If not for this, what is the answer for our Western New York area?
This building that we're going to start today exemplifies the UB 2020 commitment to the creation of great spaces in support of academic excellence.
It's really good to be back here today to participate in what I consider a milestone day.
To have the EOC, along with the University of Buffalo, located directly in the footprint of the biomedical quarter, is just a clear vision.
From downtown to Main Street to Amherst, the University of Buffalo is building our future. More than $350 million in campus construction is underway. It is physical proof that UB 2020 is moving forward with its vision to grow the university and strengthen the region.
Research universities are a key ingredient to participating in the 21st century economy. They're about innovation. That's what we do for a living. The more UB thrives as a research university, the more of an impact, a positive impact, it will have as a catalyst toward growing the local economy, which is good for everybody.
UB is building better environments to live, work, and learn, to attract the most talented faculty and students. With more great minds, UB can reach its full potential to bring dollars and jobs to New York State.
I think that UB's 2020 plan is an indication of an institution wanting to truly be foundational to the regional future, and in fact, even the future of the state.
The comprehensive physical plan supports UB 2020 by creating a larger and richer academic environment. It builds 7 million square feet of new space to add 10,000 students and 1,000 faculty. It rejuvenates our historic South Campus and makes the North Campus more welcoming. And it establishes a vibrant third campus in downtown Buffalo, devoted to medical teaching, research, and patient care.
What 2020 has done is it has involved faculty and staff at all levels in creating the future of the university.
This master plan includes input from thousands of people at public forums, small group meetings, and on the web. Some concepts are already bricks and mortar. A tribute to those who believe this effort can transform UB and Western New York.
We're getting ready for our championship, so we're doing pace for the 500.
Martina? Yeah, back? None of us take it for granted, so we all appreciate where we are and we all worked hard to get here.
30.1. I probably would have been happy anywhere, but I couldn't see myself anywhere else.
She'll be graduating this year with a degree in nursing, which is a very demanding major here, and she's been having to really juggle a lot of her time between her major and swimming.
So we have Mr. Walker, he's a 58-year-old.
Nursing just sort of fit because I knew that I wanted to be around people. Everything I did in nursing just sort of reinforced my decision. Nursing 309 was health assessment, and that was the hardest class I ever took, and it was my favorite class. And so each year something different came along and it became my new favorite thing.
CFM liquid means cubic feet per minute.
Okay. I've always been good in math and chemistry, and I always liked them.
Well, a lot of people actually don't know the word twins. Really, I guess you wouldn't expect it because we don't look alike and we play different sports and we have different friends from different majors.
12, 13, 14, 15.
I've seen Kim get very nervous at the beginning of simulations because they're very nerve-wracking. Students get very anxious, but then they come out and they are so strong and so confident. And Kim has been a leader. More than anything, she has been a leader to the students in the simulation.
Nursing is a very, very dynamic field. What we have to teach our students to do very, very well is to think critically and to be continuous lifelong learners. But nursing has a very holistic paradigm, so it's really caring about people.
All right, so we have vancomycin for you. I've been able to work at Millard Fillmore Suburban, Millard Fillmore Gates, Roswell, and now here. And so I've had a variety of different types of patients, all ages, different diagnoses. So I've been very well-rounded.
There is a huge demand for nursing. There is a critical societal need. Here in Western New York, in the 8 counties of Western New York, they're projecting nursing workforce shortages between 34% in Erie County and 67% in Chautauqua County by 2020.
You have to label so that you know this goes with that patient.
The problem is that the schools of nursing are limited in their ability to expand capacity. Part of it's financial support from New York State. The other part of it is that there's also a nursing faculty shortage.
So you'd have to route one fluid through the rotometer?
I kind of want to get into like environmental and finding alternate energy sources.
She's one of the first ones to crack a book open on the road and be studying on the bus, in the hotel. And she's very, very focused on what she wants to do and knows what she needs to do to get there.
Our plan right now for the engineering school is to grow on average 5% per year in both students, size, facilities, space, and faculty. That's a modest number, but when you expand it out to 2020, that means we're going to double in size.
We do an assessment, a Wednesday assessment and a Thursday assessment, which I haven't finished. Basically their general appearance, gastrointestinal, muscular, neurological. I've learned a lot since I was a freshman, and it's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but I'm so glad that I continued it because I have enjoyed every single part. As far as I'm concerned, I'm the luckiest person alive to be able to go to college with my sister and be able to play an athletic. It's going to be a great memory.
He is placing the beads on top of the pillars. These motor skills establish you to get basic robotic training, to move the instruments inside the body safely, to hold tissue, retract tissue, lift tissue, and this is translated into real-time knowledge and real-time error-free surgery.
The focus of my lab in virtual reality has been to look for its application, especially in engineering and medicine. The computer actually looks at the position of the tool, and this gives you a resistance and as feel like you're actually cutting a skin and muscle.
We're really trying to create a knowledge-based economy here in Western New York, and that, of course, is one of the central underpinnings of UB 2020 itself.
And the work that we did contributed directly to the Human Genome Project. That was the greatest achievement, in my mind, in science in the past century. We've taken that work and founded a company around it called Empire Genomics.
I have two areas of my research. One is bacterial infection and chronic lung disease. My second sort of broad area that's very much related is vaccine development. The synergy that happens between research and patient care and education really enhances all three of them in very important ways. And I think that's the opportunity that we have in growing the Buffalo Niagara Medical Campus.
The project that's underway now between Collide and UB, which is close to $300 million, is probably the largest project the city of Buffalo has seen. And then when you start implementing the UB 2020 plan with all the different allied health schools, medical school, nursing, I think that only strengthens the city center.
We see an opportunity to have 2.7 million new square feet of health science space, as many as 5,000 to 7,000 new students, staff, and faculty.
The immediate goals are to do good research in the lab, be a good student, do well in the courses. Overall, I would say in the longer term might be do something which, more than just giving you a salary or a pay, kind of affects the life of people.
It starts to put together a critical mass that us as developers have been looking for a long time, to bring the services that people so desperately want: grocery stores, service-oriented shopping, all of the things that people in other cities have grown to appreciate.
It's an engine that's there and happening. It's not pie in the sky, it's not wishful thinking. This is something Western New York can build on.
We have new faculty coming into UB with background in biomedical engineering, and their research brings in not only federal money for research, but also leads to spin-off companies like my own.
This is basically serves the mission of the university, the mission of Roswell for 100 years here, that we bring everything back here and spread it to the world.
Well, we have many partnerships with the University of Buffalo. We believe that when you enter a kindergarten school, that you should start preparing for college.
For more than a century, School 19 has served this Buffalo neighborhood. Today, renovated science labs offer more opportunities, but like many urban schools, the problem is getting students interested.
Now, even after 25 years of trying to do something about equity in education, we're still struggling between workforce needs that are highly educated in the sciences and engineering and students who are not interested and not pursuing those.
University at Buffalo chemistry professor Joe Gardella saw an opportunity to make a difference. He spearheaded a partnership with Buffalo schools to improve the teaching of science and math, using the unique talents and resources of UB.
So it gives the kids more opportunities to learn. And the kids that are interested in science get to experiment more. They get to do more on their own.
A large percentage of our students, they finish school and they don't have a sense of direction of where they want to go or what they want to do. But I just think the mentoring is a strong component of this partnership.
Kids, you have to get their attention first of all. If you get their attention, then it's easy to draw them in.
Jana Powell is a part of UB's long-term commitment to School 19. She and other students serve as mentors for these middle schoolers to ignite an interest in science and a future in college.
When you think of science, you think of Albert Einstein or a geeky guy in the lab. When they see someone like me, they're like, wow, okay, she did it. Maybe if I work hard like this, I can also be in the same position.
With positive role models, better equipment, and teacher training, this program is showing success. Students here are getting into better high schools, and science test scores are some of the best in the district.
What I'd like is to build a project that gets us to all 60 schools, to have every kid graduate high school exceeding state standards in science.
Come to my classroom, talk to my kids. They'll tell you how much that when the UB comes in, how excited they get about labs. It is a tremendous opportunity for them.
This is our opportunity to say, this is the assets that we have, and that we're leveraging these assets to reconstruct and redevelop this entire east side of Buffalo. But listen to this, it could not have happened if Mr. President Simpson did not have the insight and foresight to say that the University of Buffalo should have a downtown campus.
The foundation is very pleased to support the vision of the East Side revitalization and the creation of a UB downtown campus. We've reached an agreement with the Oak Michigan Housing Development Corporation to eventually take ownership of the McCarley Gardens property. We will make that property then available for UB for the downtown campus.
It will create thousands of jobs for people that live in this neighborhood and throughout the city of Buffalo. And it will create business opportunities as well that will strengthen the economy and help to propel Buffalo forward.
It offers an opportunity for everybody who lives in the Ellicott District to have a better quality of life. For everybody who lives in the city of Buffalo beyond the Ellicott District to have a good quality of life. I believe, not just in UB, but I believe in the Fruit Belt and I believe in St. John's Baptist Church. And I believe this community will be revived.
What the University of Buffalo wants to do and what we wanted to do, it just interlocked so smoothly.
However, I think I'd be disingenuous if I failed to tell you that I believe UB 2020 is at risk. The Academic Health Center in a downtown campus is in some jeopardy. For UB 2020 to move forward, we need Albany to pass the package of reforms that are called the Public Higher Education Empowerment and Innovation Act, or FIA. This will give the university the opportunity to do the things it needs to do without cost to taxpayers.
UB 2020 is a critical project for the transformation of this community.
This is helpful because we can point out how here's this multi-million-dollar development in Buffalo that doesn't happen without the SUNY reform package going through.
And we have to make this work. We can't wait for tomorrow. We got to do it right now.
When I was going to school, there was a lot more blue-collar jobs in Western New York. And with the factories closing, you know, there has to be a way to keep this area viable. And I would hope that my children perhaps want to stay in the area then and, you know, reverse the brain drain that we've had for many, many years.
UB 2020 is not a magical plan. It's not the panacea for every economic woe that this region or any region has. But I think it's pretty clear to me that the future is going to be based upon innovation. Cities that have thrived, like Seattle, like Pittsburgh, I think much of the way in which they've done so well in this century's economy is because they have very strong research universities that are committed to the kinds of innovation, research, training, and public service that I see from UB 2020.
It's permeating through all the different levels of our society in Buffalo, you know, whether it be at a cultural level or economic or a political level. The word is out there that, you know, UB is here and it's the best, you know, hope for our future.
The state has removed $56 million of state support over the last several years, which amounts to 27% of what was the support of the university by the state of New York. This is a substantial reduction in our operating funds, and it really is something which has changed the trajectory of achieving UB 2020 in a significant way.
When you have 3 children going to college, it's like having another mortgage payment.
It's very important to plan when a tuition's going to raise because you don't want to be in a hard course worrying about how you're going to get your paper in and then all of a sudden worrying about how to get another $500.
One of the proposals in the governor's budget is to change the way in which tuition is controlled by the state of New York, to put into place what I call a rational and predictable tuition policy. It's an income stream that can build quality in the university, and that quality benefits the community, benefits the students, and I think is exactly what we need to do in this century.
It's a wonderful opportunity for my child, and locally. That we don't have to go away. It's a jewel.
This has been a production of the University at Buffalo Center for the Arts.